Global oil prices are soaring, and countries like Saudi Arabia are swimming in cash. But in Nigeria, something's not adding up. Even when oil prices skyrocket, why doesn't Africa's biggest oil producer always cash in? In this video, we're diving deep into why Nigeria doesn't always profit when oil prices go up. Nigeria is a heavyweight in oil production globally, a key player in OPEC. Crude oil exports are the country's bread and butter when it comes to foreign exchange. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited controls the industry. So rising oil prices should equal more money, right? Well, it's more complicated than that. Here's a big one: oil-backed loans. To pay for things, Nigeria's been borrowing money, using future oil as the guarantee. This means oil that's still in the ground is already promised to pay back debts. So when the oil is finally pumped, those barrels go straight to lenders, not sold for profit. Even if prices shoot up later, Nigeria might miss out because they've already sold that oil in advance. Another piece of the puzzle is forward oil sales. The government sometimes sells oil ahead of time to make sure there's cash for the budget right now. These deals lock in prices. So even if global prices explode later, Nigeria has to sell that oil at the original, lower price. This protects against prices dropping, but also cuts off potential gains. Even when prices are high, Nigeria struggles to pump enough oil to take advantage. Why? Pipeline vandalism is a huge problem. Large-scale oil theft is rampant. Aging equipment doesn't help, and there's been underinvestment in the oil fields. All of this keeps Nigeria from hitting its production goals. Here's a crazy fact: Nigeria exports crude oil, but it imports most of its gasoline and diesel. For years, the country's own refineries have been falling apart. So when global oil prices jump, the cost of importing fuel also goes up. Higher oil prices can actually mean the government spends more on fuel. For decades, Nigeria has subsidized gasoline to keep prices low for its people. When global oil prices rise, the government spends billions to keep those domestic fuel prices down. These subsidies can eat up a massive chunk of the national budget. This shrinks the financial benefits of high oil prices. Other oil-producing countries play the game differently. Norway, for example, puts oil profits into a giant sovereign wealth fund. Countries like Saudi Arabia control production and keep huge financial reserves. These moves let them benefit way more directly when prices jump. Nigeria's oil wealth is massive, but oil-backed loans, forward sales, production problems, fuel imports, and subsidies all limit how much the country benefits when prices rise. Understanding these problems is key.